All right, y'all. So this Figure It Out, episode 30 we're on. And very pleased to have our guest with us, Toni Simmons from Essex.
What's up, Tony?
Hello.
So, yeah, Toni, Toni, is a woman of God, Hebrew Israelite. And, Toni, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us about your journey and everything.
Yeah, I'm happy to be on here. I've never done anything like this before, so thanks for having me on here. I'm excited to do this.
We always enjoy having a guest on.
Yeah, I'm from London. I was born in London, Whips Cross. I was basically, I'll just tell you a bit about myself. I was basically raised, both my parents was atheists. So yeah, I was my primary school and secondary school. I was pretty much just atheist for a long time. My primary school and secondary school we didn't. I don't remember any religious education classes or anything like that. We had primary school. There was like a morning assembly where they did kind of like prayers and songs. That was kind of weird that we didn't have much. I don't know. My parents said it was just the timing of back then. They didn't do much. Like they just didn't do it then. I don't know.
Yeah, so with atheist parents, what eventually brought you around to coming to Christ?
It was a few things over a few years, really. When I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with Asperger's, like autism. I was diagnosed with Dyspraxia, which is just like just my balance and learning difficulties. It doesn't affect me that much. Just balance and learning difficulties was just only really with time and writing, kind of like that. There was a few things that happened. The first thing was basically, well, the school didn't have any much religion in the school, and then after school, the first thing actually happened was I went on a Christian holiday. One of my friends was a Christian, so we went to New Forest. Not much happened, but there was a woman there saying that she's seen God, spoke to God. So I was just basically shocked. I didn't say anything. I was speechless. Not much happened there really. And then the second thing, when I was about 18 or something, so I got a job in a church that's near me, where we would serve food to elderly people, people with disabilities. So that was like the second religious kind of thing, and then after that, I got a job in I was just in a school kitchen, and then there was a lady there who was Christian. She was like, I would say about nature. I was quite spiritual. I believed in spirits and stuff then.
Mhm.
And I kind of believed in nature and spiritual stuff. So I would say, oh, that's something to do with nature, and she would say, oh, that's God. So that that laid a few people kind of helped me. It was a long journey over years with a few different people helping me and that. And then I wanted to be I wanted to be pagan at that because I love animals and nature.
Right. Yeah.
So I actually was like researching about pagan stuff. I found out that pagans have like three, or they have like more than three gods. They have loads. A god of trees, and so they have so many gods. And I was like, no, I don't want to be pagan anymore. I can't. I was like, I can't handle the amount of gods that pagans worship, the moon and the sun. I can't worship. I can't do that. So I just started researching
Too many things to pray
different
to.
religions and that. Yeah, too many things to worship and pray to. So yeah, so I was just looking, searching online and YouTube, and then I came across Lorna Byrne. I started reading her books. So it was her books that really convinced me of God and like Jesus and Christian. Her books are about angels and God. Yeah, really, I don't know if I'd been convinced if it wasn't for her. I was born Jewish as well.
Mhm.
Like on my mum's side of the family, um, yeah, I was born Jewish. I'm part English, part quarter Greek, and on my dad's side, and then Jewish on my side as well.
Did so like did your mom's Jewish background like then did she ever have things from that influence, like even though like she figured that she was atheist, was there any like cultural things that she still like passed down to you?
Um, Not really. My mum's parents, my grandparents, they didn't celebrate any Jewish things, or they didn't even celebrate Christmas. Really, they didn't like celebrating anything much. Um, I mean, I know a lot of Jewish people that are really nice. In my secondary school, I was a Jewish teacher. There were some Jewish traditions in my secondary school. Was like there was Muslims there, Christians, Jews. There was a lot of different kinds of people there, and I think there's a Jewish tradition I learnt in my secondary school of apparently Jewish people eat apple with honey. We learnt kind of some of the Jewish foods.
Right.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know any Jewish traditions other than food. Yeah, I mean, my grandparents, my mum, they didn't celebrate any Jewish traditions, but they did eat Jewish food. So yeah, I ended up liking Jewish food. But no, I like Jewish people. I know a lot of nice Jewish people, and I like the fact that I'm part Jewish, really.
And then you mentioned
And
like growing up with Asperger's dyspraxia. Um, what do do you have? So I'm guessing you. What are your like opinions on like how that was? Because there'll be some people who will be like, oh well, why does God give people these kind of hardships where like they grow up with something like Asperger's and it's
Yeah, I would,
out of their control, and how do you figure that works into the
yeah,
plan?
I did want to try and say something about disability on here anyway. I don't know, I don't know why God would. I don't know why God would give people Asperger's. I looked into it. I come up with. It seems to be like a lot of different answers. Some people seem to say it's a gift. Some people said it's from like demons and stuff. Some people said it's like a curse for demons. Some people said it's a gift. I believe it can be both. I believe some people are gifted with it, and some people are more affected with it. Like I actually saw on the news recently where an 8-year-old boy with Asperger's was suicidal. So it can really be a curse to some people. Other people have like a special talent. It can be a gift to some people. So it seems like it can be both. But yeah, I do think for some people it can be some kind of demonic, or some people it can be like a gift.
I see.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem to be much of a gift to me. It's not giving me any special ability.
How do you feel like it was for you?
It doesn't feel like a gift to me. No, not really. My dog's saying hello.
Yeah, I hear him in the background.
I was wondering what that was.
Steven, did you think the demons were coming out?
Go on.
Right?
The camera's gone. Yeah, oh, there. Hang on. I don't think you can see him on the camera, but you can hear him barking. Yeah, I mean, really, if I could get rid of the Asperger, I'd get rid of it. The other Dyspraxia and the other learning difficulties in Dyspraxia doesn't bother me that much. I wouldn't care if I kept it, but yeah, if I could get rid of the Asperger somehow, I probably would, because it's not giving me any. Doesn't seem to give me any talents or gifts or anything. Doesn't seem to go in anything positive.
Do you think maybe though you see the world differently because of it than like had had you not grown up with Asperger's? Like it gave you like a kind of special insight to certain things maybe?
I guess maybe I see the world a little differently. I'm not sure if I see the world differently.
It's kind of hard to buy. I mean,
kind of.
Right.
I relate to when I was reading Lorna Byrne's books. I relate to her. She says she's like in her own. She describes it being in, because she's always seen angels since a baby, being in her own little world. I think Asperger's is kind of like being your own little world, and obviously I've never seen angels or anything. But with Lorna, it was she was in her own world because it was distraction, seeing the angels all the time, and
I know.
yeah.
I know a while back, you and I had talked about like near-death experiences. You mentioned, did you have a near-death experience, or maybe?
No, I never had a near-death experience. I never died. When I was born, I didn't drink milk for a long time. Apparently, so maybe when I was a baby, I may have nearly died or died when I was a baby, but I don't remember. Just because I was my mum had some kind of drugs, painkillers, and so I was born. I was kind of drugged when I was born, and I didn't drink milk, so I was starved when I was born.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's what called my learning difficulties or Asperger's or what, but
How come you weren't able to
I
have?
don't know. I don't know. Because the drugs, my mum, painkillers and drugs she had, it went into me, and then I was asleep. I wouldn't wake up to drink any milk for like a few hours.
I see.
But I don't know. No one's actually told me whether I would died as a baby or not. But I don't remember. I don't remember anything from that far back.
And you're saying with the drugs that were in your system, or is the lack of milk that might have caused your Asperger's?
Yeah, maybe the drugs and the lack of food, maybe both of it.
Hmm.
Because Asperger's is neurological, so it could have affected the brain, like being starved and drugs maybe affects the neurons in the brain.
Yeah, I've met a couple people with Asperger's, but I never understood how what caused it. I suppose.
No, I don't know. I think there's a lot of different things that can cause it, but
Hmm.
I was diagnosed when I was 8. I think they usually diagnose between like 3 and yeah, usually between like 3 and 8. I mean, some people don't get diagnosed till they're older. There's some people not diagnosed till they're like 40 or.
People in that were around the 70s are only just being diagnosed in their 40s or 50s.
Yeah, there's some people that were born in the 40s or 50s. They didn't know much about it then, so there's some people that's only diagnosed when they're like 50 years old. So
about TV presenter. There's a TV presenter that's just been diagnosed after.
yeah, the causes it varies, and the age when you're diagnosed it varies a lot, I think.
Didn't know that.
The only thing I can say close to near-death experience is when I told after this earlier, when I was about 3 years old, I was asking my parents questions, and my parents said that I spoke about a past life at the age of 3. I don't remember hardly anything about it.
All right, yeah.
Apparently, when I was 3, I went into.
Yeah, so do your parents recall to you like anything from your when you told them about your past life?
Well, when I was 3 years old, I went into a lot of detail about it, but my parents can't remember a lot of detail, and I can't remember a lot of detail. But unfortunately, all I remember now is it was Mexico, and I remember a mum and a dad, I remember a yellow Labrador, and I remember it was like a farmhouse. And unfortunately, that's all I can remember. But there must have been more because I went into detail when I was younger, so there must have been more to it than that.
That's interesting though that it was still dealing with like animals there. Because like don't you work with like dogs now too?
Yeah, I love animals.
And like studied
I
for
love
that?
animals. My parents always say, "Oh, I should farm. I love animals." And then I do kind of remember that I lived in a farmhouse in Mexico, so must have got my love of animals from some. I mean, my nan loves animals as well, so I thought maybe I got it from my nan, but could have come from more than one places. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I remembered more about it.
It's cool though that you knew like at 3 that like you were gonna deal with dogs. Because there's some people like still now our age and they still don't know what they're doing. But at 3 you just kind of like have this vision like, oh yeah, like I used to live with dogs, and like and you end up working with them later on.
Yeah, I remember there's definitely. I don't remember any siblings. I remember mum and a dad. I got a feeling my mum had blonde hair, and I don't know. I think the dad had. I can't remember if it was blonde or brown. I don't know. And I remember a yellow Labrador. Other animal, because it was a farmhouse. Other animals, but I don't remember what the other animals was.
Do you have a favorite kind of dog now?
Favorite dog? It's not Labradors. No, I like small dogs. I like crossbreed. Small crossbreeds are my favorite now, I think.
Those are pretty popular nowadays. Wait, what kind of dog do you have?
He's half pug and half Charleston. He's not coming on the camera for some reason.
There he is. We've actually got
He just barks.
two half Boston Terriers over here.
My mum had a Boston Terrier when she was little. I think it was actually called Boston.
That's an apropos name for it.
Right.
She had a Yorkshire Terrier called Tiny, a Yorkshire Terrier called Magpie, a Chihuahua called Tiny, and the Boston Terrier called Boston. Buddy, you just bark so much. Doesn't stop eating. He's obsessed with food and barking.
Hey, by the way, Tony, how do you like Essex compared to London, and what are some of the differences or like similar that you like about it?
What I like about what?
Like Essex compared to London.
Oh, Essex compared to London.
It's kind of part of London.
Well, I was born in London, but I moved out of London when I was still quite young when I moved out of London. I did when I was younger. I quite liked London, but I don't really like London anymore. As it's just there's so much. It's just so busy, and it's so there's so much. It's like so much stabbings, and there's so much knife crime in London right now. It's so busy, and I wouldn't want to live in London now.
Mm.
Yeah, I had heard about that. Actually, I don't know if it ended up. I don't remember if it ended up passing, but weren't they trying to like ban knives in London? Because
Ban what?
they're trying to ban knives to increase crime.
Ban.
How are you gonna ban knives though?
Oh, ban knives.
What they do is anyone that gets carrying a knife gets caught. They do around about 5 years.
I don't think they've actually banned knives.
You're not allowed.
You can't.
You're not allowed to carry a knife.
You're not allowed to carry knives in the street. They can't ban them because you have to have.
Yeah.
They can't ban them from your house.
What am I gonna cut my food
over
with?
here.
But yeah, there's a lot of people carrying knives, stabbing people. The latest thing, yeah, the latest thing with knives in London was smashing cars when they're driving, their windows, and then trying to attack people in the cars. That's
wow.
the latest.
Hurry up, Bree.
Yeah, so they they banned people from carrying knives. That's how it works.
Yeah, just I think that's all they can do is ban them from carrying them in the street, really.
Yeah, I was interested about that story because over here we've been having instances with like school shootings and stuff, and people kind of lobbying to take our gun rights away. So I thought that was interesting because like over there you guys don't really have guns. So now they have a knife problem. So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things about guns in America, but it's like here the problem. America's got a problem with guns, and here's the problem with knives. It's like because it's illegal to have a gun unless you do hunting, or you have to have a license for.
Same over there.
License for guns over here to. If you're a farmer or hunting, or I think like a police officer. I don't know if you have a license. Have to have a license for a gun in America.
Yes, you need to have
yeah, we have to have. Yeah, we have to have a guns license. And it a little bit like depending what exactly the laws are and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand why the problem with guns is worse in America and why the problems with knives is worse in England.
It's because
I don't really
people want
understand.
to protect their families with guns in case people come out there. But there are people that, because it's easy to get guns over there, some people that shouldn't really have guns get guns. So it's a catch-22. You want to protect your family, but you also want to protect your family from people with guns that can harm you. So you're screwed either way.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Different countries.
Exactly what he said.
Every single country you go to, every different country you go to has a different problem, I guess.
A lot of issues.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it just goes to show that humans are violent, and they're going to be violent in one way or another. So.
Well, it also shows that we can be creative in how we kill each other.
Yeah.
Take our guns away. We gotta get more creative.
Yeah, man has always found a way to hurt each other.
I've been told by some other people that certain cities, someone said to me, certain cities are a lot more evil than others. Like London's quite an evil city.
I can see that.
I think when you get really like dense, you start losing like community values. So it's gonna be like a lot different lifestyles than like in LA than compared to like a small town like out in the country or something,
Some places are a lot worse than others.
Mm.
Yeah, but,
We got
like you get too many people together, and a percentage of them are gonna be bad, So like when you have a million people, you get compared to a couple hundred people, you have that many more bad people and for things to go haywire.
I think we had the fireworks here. I think my dog's barking because there was apparently someone had fireworks. I didn't hear any fireworks.
Is there anything special going on?
A what?
Is there anything special going on?
No, I can go in another room, but people do fireworks because of Halloween in England, I think. They're getting kind of the last few years in England, they're getting crazy with fireworks. It used to just be for bonfire night. Now people start doing it for Halloween and all kinds of occasions.
I've done that a couple times growing up.
Yeah, we got people doing that in the States here and there.
I prefer it when it's just for bonfire night, really. I'm not a massive fan of. I used to kind of like fireworks. I'm not a massive fan much anymore.
Not for everyone.
I've gone to another room because the dog's barking.
Right, you're like, hey, those things are setting my dog off.
Yeah, they freak animals out, but I just don't like them as much as I used to. They kind of get on my nerves, and they never used to get on my nerves.
Yeah, I think I went the other way with fireworks, but like I don't know, as a kid, I didn't really care for them. I was like, okay, whatever, yeah, another fireworks show. But then, except like there's a couple times where like me and some friends got some like illegal ones from Mexico or whatever, but it was still like
even from other states.
When I was a kid, I think I might have been scared of them when I was little, and then I liked them, and then I don't know. Things don't really scare me much anymore. They kind of irritate me instead now. things that I used to be scared of just irritate me.
I've always been a pyrotechnic. I don't. Yeah.
You ever set anything on fire?
I nearly burned my parents' house down.
How'd that happen?
Fireworks.
Nice. So you were a real pro with them.
No. I was a wannabe pyro. Yeah. What was it? Or pyromaniac, kind of, not pyro. Talking about catching stuff on the fire.
Yeah. So you almost burnt your house down there, eh, Steven?
I did. Yeah.
What'd your parents do about that?
I didn't tell my dad until I was an adult. So
Yeah. You just had a quick panic moment there, like, oh snap, fireworks.
Yeah.
I never nearly burnt my house down. We had our neighbour's house caught on fire, and one of the places I worked had a small fire, but no. I've been around fires, but I never really started one.
But it's all right if your neighbor's house is on fire, right? As long as it's not your house. That's the you're not out of sight, out of mind.
They're fine. They both survived, and they had to kind of rebuild a lot of the house, but
The house was out of sight.
they both survived, which is good.
Yeah, not really. Were you in? Was it close enough that that you were worried about like the fire jumping over to your house?
Yeah, it was. I could see. Yeah, it was close. I could see it. I don't know if it's close enough that the fire would come to us, because I think the fire brigade was already there. But yeah, it was quite close. I was worried. It was quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I was thinking about it just now. We were talking about how you were kind of brought up atheist and then found religion later.
Yeah, I was atheist until I was like 18. Before I was 18, I was like I was quite spiritual. I believed in ghosts, and I didn't really have the right idea. I was spiritual, but I had kind of the wrong idea about. I thought there's some weird things I used to think. I thought that bad, evil spirits was bad people that died. So I thought, like, if someone's house is haunted, I thought it was a bad person that dies and they carry on staying bad when they're dead. And I thought that I thought their spirit stayed on Earth and carried on being bad. That's what I used to think.
Yeah.
Like children horror stories, right?
No, it's not a story. I didn't pick it up from anywhere. It's just lack of knowledge. I mean, I didn't even know what
puts pieces together for you. It's like
I didn't know what heaven was or anything. I didn't even know if spirits went to heaven or they stayed on Earth. I thought heaven was a parallel universe. That's what I used to think heaven was a parallel universe, and you either went to a parallel universe or your spirit stayed on Earth. That's what.
That's
I
an interesting way of looking at things, though. I kind of like that.
I was quite spiritual, but I had no religious education, so
Yeah. I was thinking
about.
You're just like, I know something's going on here, but I don't know what.
Yeah, I was like, I know something goes on if you die, but I don't know what. Kind of like.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite for me growing up, because I was brought up in a strong Catholic family, and then I kind of chose not to follow any religion as an adult. So I kind of went backwards, or the opposite of the way you went.
It works any way around. Like, I don't think it really matters which way you raise children. It works anyway.
Right, we're all gonna do what we're gonna do.
People make up their own mind, no matter how they're raised. I think every human makes up their own mind.
Well, yeah, it's got to be your choice, and that's why I know Steven's actually he's coming back around, you know. He's seeing the movement and loving it.
I quite strongly believe in like not forcing people into stuff, really.
Right.
Yeah, you can't force anyone into anything. A lot of people like, and I see this on both sides, like atheists and Christians, thinking that they could like change their mind on God or something, and that's not really what it's about. All you can do is plant seeds, and it's got to be between them and God.
Yeah. I mean, forcing just 9 out of 10 times is not going to even work, really.
Yeah, it's like electroshock therapy. Like, this is what you should believe. You know, you're like, yikes. Yeah, no, I think always the way about it is just, you know, just planting seeds, spreading the love of Christ, and then when it's their time to come to Him, that'll be their time.
Yeah. I remember I had an operation to have my wisdom teeth removed, and I think I was spiritual then, but I wasn't actually. I didn't believe in God or Jesus or anything like that then, and I was like, I remember I was like not scared at all. I was like, okay, I didn't really care if I died or lived in the operation. I was like, I'm not scared because you know my spirit will go to parallel universe. My spirit will stay in heaven. I had like zero fear. And then I woke up from the operation and I woke up crying. But nothing bad happened in the operation.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't actually know why I woke up crying. And like, the nurses was like, didn't know what was wrong with me. They was like, what's the matter? Why are you crying? I was like, I don't know what I said to the nurse. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know if it's the drugs. I don't know if it's like, did I maybe actually? I don't think there's a high chance I actually died because the operation went well, nothing went wrong. So, don't know. Like, was it the drugs? Was it?
I'd be pretty upset if I died getting my wisdom teeth pulled.
It's a complete.
That's an indication of faith, though, because you know, like once you're with Christ, like it doesn't matter if you live or die. So you kind of already felt that calm.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But then after you woke up, you were like, oh wait, like you know, you woke up crying, and I think an interesting parallel to that because I recently saw this video where I don't know if you know Candace Owens. She's one of the leaders of Turning Point here, Turning Point USA, and she was telling her story about like how she just had like she was like going out drinking and like nothing happened. And after her like little drinking binge, like she just woke up crying and she didn't know why, and she just felt like at that moment God quit drinking.
You just think it's the alcohol you always think it's the drug or the alcohol that's done something, but yeah, how do you tell if it's like the drugs or it's you actually died or it's like you could have been in. See, I believe I was trying to explain something. I believe that like when you're I believe everybody goes to heaven when they're asleep, like at least once a night. So if you have an operation, you're put to sleep. I guess you could kind of go to heaven the same as if you're asleep, but operation sleep and nighttime sleep, it could be pretty similar. I guess the operation is a deeper sleep. So I was trying to explain some Christian page. I was trying to explain to some other Christian about I don't think they didn't seem to know that like.
Yeah, well, Stephen, I used to, back in the day, I used to mess around with dissociatives a lot. So I would go into some deep sleeps with that stuff. They're anesthetic and as well as analgesic, and those were really good sleeps. You know, until the point I had I actually had a near death with a lot of stuff that you know mixed with a bunch of other things, and my heart actually stopped for a little while. And the doctors weren't sure if they were gonna bring me back or not, if they could. And then then I was in a coma for a little while, and that was like, you know, nothingness sleep.
The deepest.
You're not
Yeah, that was a real comfortable sleep.
Yeah. A coma's like a deep sleep, isn't it? But I think you're technically alive because the machine keeps you alive in a coma, so you're
Yeah.
alive.
Well, like, I prefer a deep sleep over a coma though, because like coma is just so much like nothing, you know, like because I've had other near-death experience where at least like I knew there was like chemicals coming like releasing, and like it was like this crazy dream state,
I just thought a coma would be the same as the deep sleep, like an
I mean,
anesthetic.
maybe it's different for different people, but
I never had anything, but I never had anything like that, so I don't. That's just what I heard. That's just what I assumed, I guess.
Yeah, a whole long string of dreams.
Yeah, no, because I've had other like NDPs where it was like that. But yeah, like just like a crazy ass like dream state. But with the coma, it was like just a whole lot of nothingness. So like, I don't know. Maybe it just depends how you die of what you see. Because I think like
I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about near-death experience, and there's usually it's like a heaven or hell one, and then there's only really three. The third one seems to be like a black nothingness. It's
yeah,
like
I've experienced all three too, so I can tell you the green one's the best. if you're gonna get like,
the nothingness one.
You want to go in your sleep when you're like on the good dreams, because like your brain just releases chemicals, and it's just it's a fun ride,
I think the nothingness one has to be the weirdest because it feels like to me like if you was an atheist, it feels like it's just if you was an atheist that believed in nothing after death, it feels like, and then you actually experience nothing, it feels like it would just confirm that it feels like it would just confirm that there's nothing. If I was an atheist, if I died as an atheist and there was nothing, I'd just be like, right, that just confirms nothing.
Well, for me, it didn't because I had already had other ones. So but I like, for like some of my other like it was a blessing to see what I saw. Whereas with that one, it was like kind of my own F up. So it was like, all right, I wasn't like anything this time, but I mean, it didn't really like confirm anything or not confirm anything. I was just out.
Yeah.
Like, when I woke up, I didn't really remember. Like
it might be because that wasn't your first near-death experience. That might be why as well. Or could that be why?
Yeah, it could be. It's a joke because like my spirit animal is a lion, and like some of my friends had a joke that like I need to quit dying all the time. I may not have any more lives.
It's like then
you might have 9 lives.
Yeah, I may have 9 lives, but I'm definitely down to a few.
I'm actually my birthday is July 27th, so my star sign is Leo. I don't know if that means that's my spirit animal is a lion.
Well, you definitely have some lion qualities in you, probably.
Are you Leo? Are you Leo star sign?
No, I'm a Virgo.
Oh.
But my mom's a Leo. And I've always been attracted to Leo. I have a lot of Leo friends.
Oh. I thought you was like getting the lion from your stars.
Oh no, that's just my actual spirit animal. It's just pops out.
My spirit animal would be different from the star sign Leo, I think, as well. I think my spirit animal would be maybe like a dog.
Yeah, maybe you're a golden lab.
Yeah, maybe. Dogs are my favourite animals. That's why I say that.
I could see that. And I mean,
I'm on.
and like labs are like pretty cool too. Like, I think you have that like loyal quality, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite. I think a lot of people with Asperger seem to be quite loyal people.
Oh yeah, is that a common trait of Asperger's?
Usually, yeah, autism and Asperger's usually is. It can be related to. I think it's it's people with Asperger's. It's common that they have. I think it's common that they can have Down syndrome, epilepsy, like the learning difficulties, dyspraxia. It's quite common that they have other disabilities with it.
I see. It makes you like more prone to.
Yeah, I think so. What I was saying before about with the Lorna Byrne thing, I relate to her because she has learning difficulties. So she has dyslexia with words. So she's 60 something years old. So she was born in Ireland 60 years ago. So because she was so distracted by angels and out of her in her own little world, and she had dyslexia. The teachers or doctors said she was mentally retarded because 60 years ago that's what they called it back then. So if I was born 60 years ago, they might have said I'm mentally retarded. So so yeah, I could relate to Lorna reading her books.
Thank goodness you weren't born back then.
That's what that added to the strong connection that you felt with her.
Yeah. She really helps people understand about, number one, I'd say angels. Number two, like God. And then for me, if you're someone with a disability, reading her books, it's
So yeah, just an amalgamation of all those things and the other Christians that you had met earlier in your life, all that kind of came together.
No, I met ever since I met Christian. Yeah, ever since I was born, really. My nan, got a nan and granddad who died. My nan and granddad that's still alive. My nan's Christian. So yeah, I've always had at least one Christian family member since I was born, I guess.
There's always one of us around, huh?
They're everywhere.
I think it really was. Not many in my family. Well, I live in England. It's I think the highest population in England is atheist. Probably second might be Muslim or Christians. Is not very high population in England.
Well, yeah, didn't you guys just take in a lot more Muslim people recently?
We've always took in the people from other countries ever since I was remember. Yeah,
Well, yeah. You guys. I mean, like recently from the Middle East, with the people seeking refuge. Didn't you take in a lot of refugees recently?
I think so. Yeah. We tend to take a lot of, I think, kind of like from all kinds of countries, but there's a lot of Muslims, London, not really where I live, but yeah, in London there's a lot of kind of Muslim, the other religions that's similar to Muslims are like, I can't remember what you call it, Sikhs or
Mm.
Well, Sikhs
We
are
have-
pretty different. Like,
We have all
Sikhs
cut.
are
I mean,
cool.
yeah, there's all kinds of religions.
Mhm.
It's quite similar to America, where we have all different kinds of religions here, but the difference is America's got quite a high population of Christians, whereas
Yeah.
we got quite a low population.
I didn't know that.
We're still kind of multicultural, like America, but
Mhm.
it's smaller country and that.
But we're multicultural. No, I'm kidding.
Lorna loves America, by the way.
Oh, awesome. See, smart
She's
lady.
She's written a book about America. She says when she gets off the plane in America, she says it's got a different vibe to like any other country she's been to. It's a different, special vibe of America, she says. Yeah, she loves America.
We tend to believe that America is exceptional.
She I won't tell you too much, in case you read the book, but she says God seems to send her back to America. God seems to have a mission for her with America, and she says that America was intended as a gathering. It was a country to gather people from all over the world. America's intention was to bring people of all religions together to gather. Gather people.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do have some of the most greatest freedom of religion compared to most other countries.
Well, we're up there.
Yes, it got to be multicultural. And I mean, I believe what Lorna says. There's some God-given reason. I guess with people fighting all the time, I guess it's trying to get people of different religions to come together and get along. That's instead of fighting. I guess that's his intention with America.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a tall order there. But yeah, I mean,
It's hard. It's harder order for humans to do, but it's God's intention what He wants. I think.
Slowly moving in that direction.
yeah, America under one God. Eventually, we'll get there. But yeah, I definitely thank you, Toni, for sharing with us your experiences for the show and some of the things that brought you to your faith.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting you.
Yeah, thanks for. It was good hearing about the near-death experiences and all that. I'm on a page on Facebook called Christians with Asperger's, and I posted a post the other day. I've been looking for. I said if I wanted people with Asperger's, autism, or disabilities to say about, because when I was on YouTube, it's hardly anything comes up. If you type Asperger's, autism, near-death experience, there's not a lot on YouTube, or there's not a lot about it. So I kind of don't know anyone with disabilities or autism. If you could share it or put it on Facebook, or definitely responses. But yeah, I've been looking for near-death experience stories, but especially people with disabilities or autism. So it's good to hear that.
Yeah.
You're breaking up a little bit there.
So fun, actually.
Are you further from your internet box? There you are again. We got you back.
Yeah, it's been good though. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, what's a good book from Lorna Byrne that we should check out?
A good book. She's got a prayer book. She's got other books about angels. I've got all of her books. She's got Kindle. There's one Kindle one which is there's a message of Christmas hope from the angels. So I'm reading that one at the moment on a Kindle. So there's the one called
A Message of Christmas Hope. You said?
Yeah, there's a message of Christmas hope from the angels, and there's a regular message of hope. But I started reading the Christmas one.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Good time of year to
But
start.
if you just
like that.
type Lorna Byrne into Amazon, and it comes up with all the books really.
Nice.
Cool. Well, I'll start with that one and go from there. And also, by the way,
It's the right time.
right.
I'm reading that. It's the appropriate time of year, so that's why I'm reading that one.
Mhm.
And
Right.
also, by the way, Stephen and I do this app called Charity Miles. So I'm not sure if they have it there in the UK, but you should certainly check it. It's called Charity Miles. It's the green app, and basically for however miles you like walk or jog or like exercise each day, it'll track your miles and donate it to your favorite charity.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the app works in the UK, but hey, give it a whirl, and if so, then join our team on there.
Please.
Yeah. If you send a link, I can try it. Yeah. I mean, I usually walk my dog most days, so.
Perfect.
I usually.
Yeah. All right, Miss Toni. Well, it was awesome having you on. You were a great guest.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch, and this has been Figure It Out, episode 30, the big 3-0.
Right.
Thanks for having me on anyway. I enjoyed it. My first time, so it was good.
Yeah. Good having you on.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless everyone, and good night, or bon voyage, or good morning, wherever you are.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.